You know, I'm not really planning to stream today, so here's some really just chill, laid-back, one-take Canucks commentary. I just wanted to gush about the team a little bit, and because I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys, which has been recommended to me in my stream chat by all of you, here you go. It's some Fall Guys gameplay. Spoiler alert, I make it to the finals, but I don't actually win, but this was a pretty good run in general, so enjoy this in the background. I just wanted to talk about the Canucks today, because since the playoffs are going on now, and there's a game every other day, it's difficult for me to actually sit down and digest everything that's going on with this team, and talk about it all in one video. Because normally, I record my videos the day before I upload them, unless they're immediate reactions to games, or analysis to games, or, you know, stream highlights, where I take the highlights of a stream that we just streamed, and instead of watching a 2-hour thing, I condense it into about 5 to 8 minutes, and upload that as its own little thing, so we've been doing that recently for things like the draft. We did that for the draft lottery, where Alexis Lafreniere went to the Rangers. We also did that for the Montreal Canadiens games, all of them so far, because I have been streaming every single Montreal Canadiens game throughout the playoffs and the play-in series. And for the Vancouver Canucks, it's kind of the same thing. I only upload a Vancouver Canucks video every other day because they play every other day, and the videos that we upload every other day are reactions or analysis to the game. So it's been a while since I've actually sat down and digested everything that's going on with this team, which is what this video is going to be about, pretty much. It's been one take so far, haven't had to cut anything, and I mostly just wanted to make this video because I wanted to gush. Fruit gushers is probably the theme that I'm going to go for in the thumbnail of this video, but I wanted to gush about how good the Vancouver Canucks are, because if you take a look at the current NHL point standings, and I get that at the moment this is going to be uploaded, there's probably going to be a change or two, but at the exact moment I'm recording this audio, Quinn Hughes is a top 4 point producer in the entire league. He is tied with Jonathan Toews for 4th in the league with 7 points, and Bo Horvat is tied for 6th. Granted, it's a huge tie for 6. He's tied with Josh Bailey, Austin Matthews, Monahan, Draisaitl, Kubalik, Beauvillier, and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Or actually, no, I don't think Pierre-Luc Dubois anymore because he's playing right now, so he actually should be a little bit ahead, maybe even tied with Quinn Hughes by the time this video is uploaded, but I'll screenshot the NHL app that I'm looking at just in case so we can have some legitimate verifications, I guess. But Hughes, man, this guy's absolutely incredible. And I saw some people talking about this on Twitter, asking whether or not Quinn Hughes is better than Dahlin. And I get that that's a completely random tangent to go off on, but that honestly seems like a pretty palpable video idea that we can explore sometime in the future, whether or not Quinn Hughes has the potential to surpass a Dahlin in terms of value, and whether or not that has already come now. Obviously, I'm kind of just tooting the horn a little bit because I know that I'm a very big Quinn Hughes fan. That's why I got the Michigan hat and everything, but he's been so good. Bo Horvat has entered pretty much a completely new gear. And that's something that many people saw from the Vancouver Canucks in 2015, back when Bo Horvat made his debut with the team. They made the playoffs, they played Calgary, they lost in 6 games. Certainly wasn't a fun time, but one thing that I do remember from that playoff series, aside from Radim Verbata's inability to score goals, was Bo Horvat's ability to take over shifts. There was that time in Game 1 against Calgary where Bo Horvat literally went end to end and he rushed the puck himself, Pavel Bure style. And I know everybody's gonna say, no, Bo Horvat's not Pavel Bure, what are you, nuts? Bure was one of the fastest players to ever play the game, how could you compare Bo Horvat to that? And I get it, that's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying, stylistically, Bo Horvat was capable of taking over a shift the way Pavel Bure did back in 2015. And back in 2015, that's when the Canucks fan base was opened up to the idea that Bo Horvat just had another gear in the playoffs. And that's exactly what we're seeing here against the St. Louis Blues. It's only been 1 game, I get that. But still, Bo Horvat has 6 points throughout this entire postseason. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists. This guy's a goal-scoring machine. You saw what he did in Game 1 against St. Louis, the little tip right in front, the power play shot Amazing. Bumper guy, he's able to go over, find the open space, open himself up for a pass from Quinn. He shoots it, it's in the net, crazy. And then the second goal, Vince Dunn, my gosh, he absolutely dekes the pants off of him, and he just shovels that into the open goal. People started talking about this like Jonathan Toews. That's what Kevin Bieksa said on the program. How Bo Horvat, a big, strong guy who's capable of taking over a shift now, wherein he probably wasn't able to do so to the same capacity back in the regular season, he's just completely unlocked this brand new gear. Check out this tweet over here from Pierre LeBrun from earlier this morning. Sometimes I wonder when watching the Canucks if we're not seeing the Blackhawks circa 2009 Conference Finals or 2010 Cup. I present Elias Pettersson as a young Patrick Kane, Bo Horvat as a young Jonathan Toews, and Hughes as a young Duncan Keith. I don't see a Brent Seabrook, but I'm just saying. First off, before we explore that a little bit more, if you play Block Party on Fall Guys and you're the kind of person who likes to grab everybody around you while the thing is coming up and it's going to eliminate you, I hate you so much. This green bean on the right, or excuse me, on the left of me right here, this guy's going to be annoying this entire game, just grabbing everybody. But on to what Pierre LeBrun said. It's crazy just to see the parallels over here. This Jonathan Toews thing has brought itself up more times than once, so I think it's so legitimate and interesting to talk about it. But we haven't even spoken about Pettersson this entire commentary up until now, and the Patrick Kane thing is certainly a great little thing to make. Obviously, Patrick Kane is an Art Ross winner. He is one of the best players to ever play the game, and probably the best American player all time, so saying that Pettersson is like him is probably a big ask, I get that. But still, the fact that we're even able to sit here and make that comparison just shows how good Petey can be. And Petey, albeit he hasn't been the #1 point producer like Bo Horvat or Quinn Hughes have been, but he's still been really good too, and we can definitely see the skill come up over here. He is currently tied for 14th in the league in points. There's a really big tie. Philip Forsberg, Weber, JT Miller is over there. We haven't even spoken about him either. But, man, I just really am feeling hopeful for this Vancouver Canucks team. And even if this team does get eliminated, which I will admit the possibility does exist that this team gets eliminated because the St. Louis Blues, they're literally the reigning Cup champions. But, devil's advocate, the last time the Canucks played the reigning Stanley Cup champions in the playoffs, they went to the finals that year. So obviously, I don't want to say that they're going to the finals this year, but there is a huge spark of hope in me that is just so happy to see this team actually produce. The good guys on this team are doing what we expect them to do, and that's not what we saw in 2015. Henrik and Daniel did their thing in 2015, I get that, but like, even Radim Verbata, the guy who was like top 12 in goals that year in the entire league, this guy only had 1 goal, I believe, and it was like an empty net or 2 in Game 2 when they were already winning. Radim Verbata was a guy who did not step up in the playoffs, but we're seeing with this core group of guys now that they're able to do that. Besser with the dirty goals right in front against his hometown team, Horvat taking over shifts, Elias Pettersson one-timing it, sniping it, getting his mojo on the power play. As yesterday's game went on, he had more looks and he started to look a lot more comfortable. Not to mention JT Miller too, who was able to get himself a really nice goal on the power play at the end of Game 1. A power play that had Edler and Tanev. Like, we've never seen that before. It's because they wanted to kill off the time, but because the Blues were so collapsed and so easy, the Vancouver Canucks just gave themselves a, okay, I get that we're not trying, but we're not going to let this kind of easy opportunity go to waste kind of goal over here. And that's exactly what JT Miller was able to do. So we're nearing the end of this Fall Guys gameplay over here. That was my commentary on just gushing about the Vancouver Canucks, talking about Dahlin, talking about the Blackhawks. There's so many different kinds of topics we could pull from this kind of topic, but, you know, I just wanted to let it all out. I did lose right here, so this is the end of that video, but I hope you enjoyed this little short commentary, I guess. It was kind of weird and colloquial, I get that, but that's kind of what we're about these days. I hope you enjoyed this. If it is without a troll, and bye.